I think I would get, growing up, I would get more of the, oh, you're playing video games, don't you want to go outside and play a sport? And I'm like, well, no. This is more my, thing.
Video games are the fastest growing industry in entertainment today. There are 2.3 billion video game players worldwide. Even though nearly half of the consumers of video games are female, a lot of women are still facing harassment or ridicule or even cynicism about their love of video games. Specifically, 65% of women report harassment and statistically receive 3 times as much derogatory or insulting remarks than men. We spoke briefly to Michelle Hill to get her view on a couple of things.
I did this whole thing I want to play, but I didn't want them to know I was a female. So I would either not speak over the mic, or use a voice modulator. To this day I don't think I've ever spoken online as much with my regular voice.
I've been playing games since I was a young kid, probably 4 or 5 years old. I'm glad depictions of female characters are less and less being based on a purely sexual focus or one-dimensional writing. The boys' club of gaming in the past and stigma against women is falling away every year as more ladies take up gaming as a hobby or start careers as developers.
We went to the hangars in Novato, where the 2K studios are located, to really get an inside scoop on how things go in the industry. We spoke to Nick Jones about women's role in the industry.
My name is Nick Jones and I'm one of the lead engineers on NBA series of games. I was lucky I got into video games before video games really took off when I was 17, so I just was able to learn it and work my way in, and now people are required to have degrees. I luckily got my foot in the door very early.
I was in an animation program, but I wanted to do animation for games. So I wanted to transfer departments, and when I went to speak to the director at that time, it was very I don't know if you really want to do this, so come back when you're ready. And I remember leaving leaving his office very upset. And then I came back a week later and I was like, I'm ready to do this and you're not stopping me.
This year we've put the WNBA roster in the game, so there's one huge difference. And people might think that's an easy thing, but it is a very difficult thing to do. Mainly because when we do the mocap is designed for men, which obviously are very different to women, and so the animations for women have to be different. We've got 20 years worth of mocap animations for all of the male players. Now we're trying to put our game out with the female players, and we're trying to do catch-up, so that in itself is difficult. And then the game plays differently as well, so you have to adjust for that so that the players are not quite as physical, but it's more representative of a WNBA game. In terms of development, when I first started, there was just no women, 0 women in the games industry at all, nothing, anywhere. Now when it's become more of a profession as far as developing games, it's not me just in my bedroom doing all the graphics and the programming. Now it's a team of, honestly couldn't even tell you, at least 200 people in this office, probably about 70 engineers. We're seeing a lot more females represented in the industry. Believe me, there is no distinction. They're as smart as any guy as far as programming goes. You tend to get guys blowing up a lot, having steaming fits of anger and stuff like that, especially when we're getting into that crunch time. And so far, the ladies I work with here, engineers, are not like that at all.
My dad's super proud of me, so he'll go and brag, and he'll oh, my daughter, she makes games. He met this little girl who was 8, and he had said to her, oh, my daughter makes video games, because she liked video games. And he said she just started crying and was I didn't know girls can do that. And I literally almost teared up, because it's moments like that, it's you're impacting. And so despite all the other things that happen, it's little moments like that which are wins.